Hi, my name is Raul Roncal, and I'll be giving the reflection for today. And the gospel is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, 20 to 26. And let me read it to you. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said of those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be liable to judgment. But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother will be liable to judgment. Whoever insults his brother will be liable to the council, and whoever says you fool will be liable to the hell of fire. So if you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you are going with him to court, lest your accuser hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you be put in prison. Truly I say to you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny. The gospel of our salvation. Let me give a few background ideas before I begin explaining some of the insights that you can take from this passage to help us practically in our life. Well, first, the Pharisees and scribes were not totally bad. They're trying their best to be righteous. Righteous means to have a right relationship with God. And they were known to be a movement of the Jewish nation that was very particular in trying to obey every aspect of the law, the Ten Commandments, and they added different laws to help them live a good life, to have a right relationship with God. So then Jesus gives an example of one of the commandments and tries to explain it to them. This group of people who are very concerned with the faithfulness to the law immediately listened to Jesus because he was about to explain one of the commandments. And he chose the commandment, thou shalt not murder. Now, if you were a Pharisee, one who is faithful to the commandments, you would definitely say, I am not a murderer. He's probably not talking about me. But then Jesus continues. He says, but I say to you, how about your anger? Have you ever considered your anger? And he's trying to say that that is also important. Avoiding murdering somebody is important, of course. But watching out what's happening from within is also important. He even says, he gives an example of an act of having a right relationship with God, which is prayer. And then he tells the person praying, if you have something against your brother, be reconciled. He even goes as far as telling people, hey, if somebody accuses you and you offend them, try to be right with them. Try to talk to them. What is the point of all this? Lord Jesus is saying, if you Pharisees, if you're concerned with being faithful to the law, then you must follow it by watching out the different things that could lead you to disobey the commandments. Murder does not begin by somebody waking up and saying, I want to kill somebody. I think Jesus is very wise in warning us that murder often begins with thoughts of anger. And if we are not careful, the small acts of unfaithfulness can lead to greater evil in our lives. And so the summary of this lesson for us today is this. If you are a Pharisee concerned with being obedient to God in the area of preserving life, then manage your anger. Make sure that you be reconciled with the people that you offended. Make sure that you are in right relationships with the people around you. This is very practical advice. So Jesus then, I think, challenged the Pharisees. If you want to be righteous, then be faithful, even in the small things. Because if you preserve yourself and control your anger, then you will be in right relationship with God and right relationship with others. God bless us. And again, I hope those insights can help you live a practical life of loving others and being careful of controlling our anger.